We have new details from Baton Rouge, where at least 3 people are facing charges after deputies say a toddler was beaten to death. The East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office says Terica Scott, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old are all facing murder charges. Scott is the mother of one of those young suspects, and we're told this all unfolded last Monday when that toddler and a group of kids were left home alone. Investigators say Scott repeatedly admitting knowing one of the juvenile suspects was violent. She was booked for principal to battery and principal to second-degree murder.
In her brief yet impactful life, 3-year-old Blessing Buckles displayed remarkable strength and resilience, born amidst the challenges of a world halted by the pandemic. Despite being her mother Dineshia Yates' youngest, Blessing was deeply cherished amid the struggles Yates faced in parenting, providing, and protecting her children. However, Dineshia's troubled past, marked by a criminal record, underscored her own battles with adversity. Tragically, Blessing's life was cut short on February 12, a victim of the very people entrusted to care for her. Left alone with older siblings known for their violent behavior, Blessing fell prey to a brutal attack, unable to recover from the injuries inflicted upon her. In the wake of this heartbreaking loss, questions arise not only about Yates' ability to parent but also about the urgent need to protect vulnerable children from neglect and harm. Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads. In the early hours of February 12, a distress call pierced the silence of the night, summoning emergency responders to a scene of unimaginable horror. 3-year-old Blessing Buckles lay motionless, her small chest unmoving, as a juvenile caller desperately pleaded for help, revealing a grim reality. No adults were present, and the address of the house remained a mystery. As law enforcement officers canvassed the area, their search for answers led them to Terica Scott and Dineshia Yates, 2 women whose reckless actions would forever alter the course of a young life. With hazard lights flashing, they arrived on the scene, their faces etched with guilt and fear, confessing to a night spent at the casino while Blessing fought for her life alone. Blessing's journey from critical care to a cold hospital bed ended tragically on February 14, her tender soul slipping away as doctors battled in vain to save her. The extent of her injuries painted a harrowing picture of abuse. Yet, Blessing was not the only victim of this cruel fate. Another 4-year-old girl, left in the same house of horrors, bore the scars of similar abuse, inflicted by 2 older siblings who knew no mercy. Detectives pieced together a grim narrative of neglect and abandonment, as Yates and Scott callously left 8 children, spanning ages from 11 months to 12 years, to fend for themselves while they pursued their vices. Both women admitted to being aware of the 2 juveniles' history of abusing other children in the household but took no action to intervene. Arrest documents revealed that they had observed bruises on at least one of the girls and were cognizant of the violent atmosphere within the home. Nevertheless, they continued to leave the children unsupervised, neglecting their duty to protect them from harm.
This mother and 2 boys are facing charges in the beating death of a 3-year-old girl. The East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office says 8 children ranging from 11 months to 12 years old were left alone in a home when emergency responders found a 3-year-old unresponsive. That child was rushed to the hospital with bruises and cuts and later died. Detectives say a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old are now charged with simple battery and second-degree murder. Now, the mother who you see here, her name is Terica Scott. She's also the aunt of one of the suspects too. She was also charged with desertion because she admitted, according to investigators, that she recently left the casino. Detectives say Scott also admitted that she knew about the suspect's violent behavior, leading to additional charges of principal to second-degree murder. The sheriff's office says another arrest is coming.
Dineshia was later arrested and charged with 1 count each of principal to simple battery and principal to second-degree murder in the death of Blessing. The arrest of the 2 juveniles responsible for Blessing's death brought a semblance of justice, yet it offered little solace in the face of such profound loss. Scott and Yates, complicit in the tragedy unfolding under their roof, faced charges of principal to battery and principal to second-degree murder, their actions emblematic of a systemic failure to protect the innocent. As Blessing's funeral looms on the horizon, A day that should have been marked by tears and grief will instead be shrouded in sorrow and regret. The profound sorrow stemming from her tragic passing will continue to weigh heavily on our hearts, prompting moments of reflection and contemplation. Perhaps Blessing's mother will consider accepting the offer extended by the producer of The Steve Wilkos Show, providing an opportunity for us to gain insight into Blessing's life and the circumstances that led to her being left in such a harrowing environment. May Blessing Buckles find peace and the embrace of angels, her memory a beacon of hope for a future free from the darkness that claimed her innocence.